I'm sharing this in case you're in this place where there's something in your heart that is calling you. You know, you know it's what you're meant to be doing. You know it's what you want to do, but maybe you just get caught up in all the details, the organizing, the researching, the telling yourself that you're not ready yet, the I just need to do XYZ and LMNOP first before I can do the thing. I'm saying all of this because I'm right with you, my friend. I have done this too. And I was looking over the last few years. Now, being a coach who works with highly sensitive women who really want to be themselves and really want to be living boldly, I have to go first, right? Because I get it. This is why I do the work that I do, because there are things in my life that I want to be doing. And for a while, I was doing it. I built a business, and whether or not, by the way, something that you want to do, it doesn't have to be build a business. It doesn't have to be business related at all. Maybe it's write a book. Maybe you're in a job or career path that you would change. You want to be doing something else. Or maybe it's some other goal, or maybe it's a relationship. But either way, we all reach a point where there's something more. We're wired. That's how we're wired. We're wired to want something more. Not because what we have isn't good enough, but we're just called to expand. And a few years ago, I was at a place in my business, and that's why I'm saying maybe it's not business related for you. It feels so great to be outside in the fresh air and the sunshine. But I had reached a point where I was loving the work that I was doing. I thought I was in the perfect place, what I always wanted as far as a business. And then, oh, the whole world, the whole world decided to just shift on its axis, on its and everything all of a sudden felt flipped upside down, turned around, inside out. I don't know, every kind of turned around thing that you could have. And I felt like nothing was aligning anymore. I also had, unfortunately and fortunately, because I was ready to show up for more and wanted something a little bit different. I found parts of myself that I still wanted to be true to in a new way. I was ready to do that. I felt the courage. It was coming up. There were new things. I was excited. I was inspired. But unfortunately, some of the people in my life, and you know what? This happens for all of us. This happens for all of us where you're so excited, you're so inspired, you say yes, you start doing the things, and then whoo, all of a sudden, some of the people around you are like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you saying that? Why are you being that way? What's the matter with you?" And they can't process because it's not aligned energy anymore. They're not recognizing you the way that you were showing up. And that doesn't mean, by the way, that you are doing anything wrong or that you should filter yourself or water yourself down. My hand's getting tired here. It means actually you should stay true to yourself and stay on that path because that's what you feel called to. But because I had some people turn on me that were very close in my life, in fact, one of the relationships had been a 10-year relationship, some of them very long-term relationships. I guess I did. I felt rejected. I felt judged. And it wasn't in a victimy kind of way. I understood what was happening. I knew that I was expanding. I knew that I was ready to grow. And I also know the process that sometimes some of the shedding that we do as we're saying yes to ourselves. And that's why I really want you to know that if this is happening to you, it's not always going to happen, okay? But it can be and is part of our growing and shedding process. But sometimes it can feel, I get it, it feels lonely sometimes. It feels confusing. It feels hurtful. and we all have these emotions when people we really care about, we want them to be supportive, don't we? Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be so great if everybody in your life was just your biggest cheerleader, but it's not always the case, and it's not anything to do with you. Just like me showing up as my true self, wanting to be true to myself, to the future that I felt called to the clients that I want to serve in my business, and the way I want to show up better for my family, for my friends. I want the people in my life to be supportive of that. But the fact that some of them were not, and the fact that some of them didn't understand or really weren't able, weren't able to allow me to be myself had nothing to do with me. But it sure felt like it did. At the time, it felt really personal. And even, when you do all of this work on yourself and these things happen, it doesn't make it easier when you're going through it. It doesn't make it less hurtful, but it's really about being true to who you are and where your heart is and what is calling you in your heart. That was the whole part of it. I had a bigger vision and I just wasn't willing to let that go. But it took me a beat, okay? And that's why I want to talk about this too, because it took me a beat. And I want to share some things that I did do to get me to this place where I don't have it all figured out. Boy, it's easy to look around, isn't it? Easy to look out in the world and think that, well, oh, look, they're doing it. Oh, look, she's got it figured out. And this would happen. This would happen for me. And I would get so frustrated while I was reassessing and I understood I'm aligning. And yes, I want to be organized. And yes, I want things to feel like they're all clicking into place, but they weren't. It wasn't feeling like that. I wanted all of those things, so I kept going and I kept organizing. And then I would tell myself sometimes, I admit it, I would tell myself sometimes, "Oh, you're not ready yet. You're getting there. You're definitely getting there. You're putting the pieces together." And then I would see somebody doing what I wanted to be doing, which is like, to be honest, being right here with you, being right here with you, just talking about life, talking about the steps and what happens for us and how we feel as we're going through the messy stuff and why it's so worth it. Why it is absolutely so worth it to go through all of this because the feeling of getting through it, the feeling like when you're on the other side of it and you say, wow, look what I did. I made it. I made it. I sorted through everything. I chose me. I decided to do the thing. I decided to be true and honest with myself so that I could be who I respect. I could be who I'm proud of. It's not about what other people think of me. It's about how I feel about myself. Because when you get to a point in your life where you start choosing yourself, you start saying yes to who you are, yes to what makes you happy, yes to what lights you up, yes to what you feel called to do, friend, you are going to hold a whole different presence in your world and in your life. And that feeling that feeling is freedom, right? Isn't that true freedom? True freedom isn't trying to be everything for everyone. It isn't trying to hold yourself back so you don't rock anybody's boat. I mean, excuse me, hello, it's my life, not your life. You get to think and feel whatever you want, but why don't I get to do that? Right? And this is the thing too with empaths. We're so good at allowing other people to have their own beliefs, to have their own desires and what they like and what they don't like. We're so accommodating in that way. And yet, when it comes to getting to be all of you, maybe you have a lot of people in your life telling you that's silly. How could you? I had some people, because of things that I was cheerleading in my life, say to me, I, can't, I just can't believe, I just can't believe that you're like that. I just can't believe that that's what you're about. Now, nothing about me, by the way. It wasn't like I just showed up and grew some horns, okay? I really wasn't being any different, but they discovered things about me about my beliefs, I guess, that didn't align with theirs, and that's all I saw it as. We just don't align in that area, but why does that impact a friendship, or why does it but some people, they're just not at a place, and that's okay. I still send them love and honor who they are and allow them to be who they are, but I'm here to be who I am. You, my friend, you're here to be who you are, and it isn't about needing to filter or water down yourself for someone else so they stay comfortable. This is your life. It's about waking up every day and feeling true to who you are, loving, loving that you still have another day to see what unfolds. I mean, that is the most exciting thing ever, to wake up in the morning and think, what is today going to be about? How am I going to show up? What am I going to do? And I'll say this, when I said that it takes so much time and energy and effort to avoid doing what you really want to be doing, that is the truth. This car is coming right at me. Uh, it's, it is, hello. It takes extra. It actually takes extra energy. It's draining. When you're avoiding what you really want to be doing, what you feel called to do, you're trying to hold all that down. It's like holding your breath. And you keep taking in breath and taking in breath. It's exhausting. When you actually start doing the damn thing, when you actually say, what am I afraid of? And I admit, I was. I wanted to deny that I was afraid. I wanted to deny that I had fears of rejection, but the truth is I was rejected. And again, this is no victimy thing here at all. Okay. But that's what, if someone was saying, I don't like you the way you are, I need you to be the way I want you to be, and then we're okay. And I said, "Mm, nope, not today, not ever, not ever again." But in the process, I did also take a step back. And I thought, what am I doing? What am I building? I built something so true to my heart. I poured myself into it. I loved I loved my clients. I loved the circles I was in. I loved the people. And then having that turn and not feel so loving in return, I thought, what am I building? What am I doing? Maybe this isn't what I want. But that's not true. I'm still here to serve. I'm still biggest cheerleader for sensitive women who want to boldly be themselves. I'm still going to be the biggest cheerleader you're going to find to help you do that. And I wasn't willing to let that go because some people didn't see life the way that I do. That's okay. That's okay. But I'm not, I don't want to let that hold me back anymore. And the truth is, I did. I did. I hid in different ways. I'm really organized on the other side of this thing now. I have things in order. I have a really clear vision now, but it took me a beat to get here. And if that's where you're at, I just want you to know it's okay. And we can show up anyway. We don't need everything to be perfect. We don't need everything to be so tip-top organized. We'll get there. But life is a process. It's not an event. And to think that we're ever going to be so perfectly prepared before we hit the go button, we're denying ourselves the experience of being in the mess. We're just denying ourselves the joy of doing the damn thing. We're denying ourselves the yes feeling on the other side of it. And you know what's even better? I think it's even better. I have to say, for me, it feels even better to do the thing before I think I'm ready, before everything feels perfect, and to just have said, I did it. And to be on that wavelength of connection and connection with yourself, connection with your soul. Your soul is like, what are you waiting for, girl? Like we have things to do here. We're on a timeline, and the timeline is now. Right? Your soul, if you're feeling the itch, you're feeling the urge, if you've been feeling exhausted, let me ask you, what is it that you want to be doing that you're not doing? And what are we waiting for? Approval, perfection, acceptance, validation, organization. Shall I go on? Because I could go on, but I don't think we need any of that. I think we need each other, though. I think we need a community of go-getters, a community of those of us who say, you know what, I see you just as you are, and I adore you. I freaking adore you. I think that you can do it, and not in some like foo-foo fluffy way, like legit get into action way. That's what I'm saying. Because when I think about 2017 me, who was so happy, feeling on top of the world, loved what she was doing, loved who she was doing it for, thought that every piece had clicked into place and it was all going to be like that forever. I know I did. I got caught up in it a little bit, but then I got challenged. And I was I was down for a while after all of those things happened. But then I realized that that's just part of the process, right? It's part of the process to go through this and decide who you are and what you want, who you're not, what you don't want. Those are just as important to recognize and honor, if not more important. And I I wasn't I wasn't willing to be someone I'm not. I mean, I made that decision a long time ago. But here's the thing about that decision. For you to decide that you're not willing to be someone you're not, it's a decision you're going to have to make over and over again throughout your life because you're here to expand and you're growing. We're growing. We are here to expand. We're expansive beings. This is what we're here to do. And in order to do that, we have to decide who we are and who we're not, what we like, what we don't like, what we want, what we don't want. And those decisions come over and over and over again to help us keep growing. So here's my decision today. I'm doing the damn thing before my business is all in a perfect, every piece clicked into place again. I'm doing the thing because here's what I love. I love being here with you. If you're watching this right now, it's not an accident. If you're watching this right now and you're feeling anything about what I've said, about having something that you want to be doing, but you haven't been doing it, now's the time, my friend. I'm going first, okay? And I'm calling you out for this. Join me because look, I mean, just look at this. It's the sun setting. It's a beautiful day. There's so much life to experience. And it is just incredible how much time and energy and effort we give to avoiding and how much we give to frustration, denying, trying to be perfect, trying to do everything right, trying to be enough when we're already enough. We're enough because we're here. We showed up. We're here. So if you're watching this, I'm so glad you are. I hope that you make the decision to go for it, to do it, um, and join me in this because we're not turning back. We don't need to be. I'll often hear from clients, I just, I want to find myself again. I want to be who I used to be. No, you don't. No, you don't. You want to be who you're being. We want to be who we're being. I don't want to be 2017 me because I created something, yes, that I loved, but I also created something that I outgrew and I'm ready for something more. I'm ready for something different. And so are you. I know that you're ready. If you're still watching this, I know that you're ready. I know that you're feeling something. So let's say this, all of our effort has not been for nothing. Even if you've built something in your life, a relationship, a friendship, a career, a business, some other project, even if you built it and it feels like it's not going anywhere or it's not a fit anymore, you didn't do all of that for nothing. You did it for everything. For everything. This is about being you, being bold you, being joyful you, being the you that isn't willing to be someone you're not, but being you, the one that's willing to be who you want to be. And I am here to support you in that, encourage you in that, bring you even more that we can do together to help you grow, even before we're ready, because that's the perfect time. That's what helps us grow, is just doing the damn thing. So, with all of that said, I'm so glad that you joined me. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I'm Nicole and I'm doing the damn thing and I love it. I love connecting with sensitive women who want to boldly be themselves because I think we have a lot to offer the world. We have a lot of energy and excitement, inspiration, a lot of light. We have a lot of light to offer. So we just gotta, get moving and do it. And that's really the end of the video. But this is all my neighbors. My neighbors like, oh, what's she doing? They're waving at me as they go by. It's so nice. I just love being outside right now. So great that it's not so freezing. I'm ready for spring though. I'm not gonna lie. I like the warm weather. I hope you do too. Wherever you are, just take a deep breath, my friend. Take it all in. Let's do the damn thing, yeah? I think we should. I think we are. I think it's good. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.